increased chatter and concern these days about a mark of the beast, how it might be realized. Are we willing to allow Elohim, Yah or Elohim, to put his mark on us, setting us apart, singling us out, making us stick out like a sore thumb, perhaps? Are we willing to allow that to happen? Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, day number 5 of the Torah portion of the era. And I appeared. Let's go to chapter number 9, where we read in verse 1, And Yahweh said to Moshe, Go into Pharaoh and speak to him. Thus said Yahweh, Elohim of the Hebrews, Let my people go, so that they serve me. For if you refuse to let them go and are still holding them, see, the hand of Yahweh is on your livestock in the field, on the horses, on the donkeys, and on the camels, and on the cattle, and on the sheep, a very grievous pestilence. And Yahweh shall separate between the livestock of Israel and the livestock of Mitzrayim, and let no matter die of all that belongs to the children of Israel. And then verse number 5, Yahweh set a moed, an appointed time, saying, Tomorrow Yahweh is going to do this word in the land. And so he did. Distinguishing, being set apart, being unique in the earth, sticking out, and being identified as someone who does not fit the pattern or accept the main flow of things as accepted in society. In the previous chapter, concerning the swarm of flies, at least that's the translation that we have in English, it says that in chapter 8, verse 22, In that day I shall separate the land of Goshen in which my people dwell, that no swarms of flies be there, so that you know that I am in the midst of the land. And then verse 23, I shall put a ransom, a padut. The word means to set a distinguishing, separating, even dividing liberation or redemption on someone. The redeemed are over here, the unredeemed are over there. There's a line of demarcation or a line of separation between two different parties, and Yah is the one who sets that mark. He set it upon his people. And so we see that Yah is going to place his mark upon his people. He's going to seal his people. He's going to set his people apart from everyone else on the face of the earth in the last day. And I remember this teaching from Neil Snyder, professor emeritus from UVA, University of Virginia. Many years ago, around 2003, he came to House of David and did a teaching, and he made this statement that in the last days there will be the absolute polarization of the earth. Everyone on the face of the earth will receive one of two marks. Either they will follow the main crowd and accept the mark of the beast, or they will receive the mark of Elohim in their foreheads. They will be sealed by Yah. But there will not be anyone in the earth that plays the middle ground. You're going to do one of two things. You're going to absolutely choose which side that you are on. Yah determined that his people would be divided from the rest of Mitzrayim culture, society, and existence. There is a day of determination that is coming, and we must be willing to allow ourselves to be completely sealed by him. Now, it says that Yah did this on a moed. Does this just mean that he set a time, like, I'm going to do this tomorrow, and that's the appointed time? Or is this in conjunction with one of the festivals of Yah? As you read through this, you might think that one plague immediately followed after the other, that there was maybe 24 hours or so between one instance and another. It could be that this process of plagues took a year or years, maybe 3.5 years. In other words, it didn't all just perhaps happen one immediately after the other. Yah has a timing. He has a process. He has a plan, and he knows how to deal with men's hearts in such a way that they ultimately succumb to him. He says to them, though, I'm going to bring this pestilence upon you because I am the Elohim of the Hebrews. This whole thing is about the Hebrews. I am distinguishing and setting apart the Hebrews because I'm their Elohim. And you must not hold them back. What does it say? For if you refuse to let them go and are still holding them, then I'm going to bring plagues upon you. In the book of Isaiah, chapter number 43, if I can get there. After Yah says that when you walk through the waters, I will be with you, and when you go through the fire, it will not burn you. You will not be scorched. It comes down to verse number 5 and 6. Do not fear, for I am with you. I shall bring your seed from the east and gather you from the west. I shall say to the north, give them up, and to the south, do not keep them back. Bring my sons from afar and my daughters from the ends of the earth. This prophetic call says that Yah is going to call for the nations of the earth in all directions to give up his people. Turn them loose. In other words, as he said to Pharaoh, do not hold them back. As he said to Pharaoh, I am going to bring judgments upon you if you refuse to let them go. Does Isaiah indicate that to us then, that as Yah calls to the nations to turn his people loose, that as they refuse to do so, that will be an instigation or a punching of the button, a pulling of the switch, if you will, that will cause the judgments to hit the earth. In other words, Yah is seeking to reassemble his people, to regather his people, to bring them home to his kingdom, to his land. And as the nations refuse to do so, Yah says that I'm going to put pressure on you. I'm going to make a line of division between you. I'm going to single my people out and protect them while I judge you. Do not fear the last days. When we read through the prophets, when we read the book of Revelation, the book of Daniel, sometimes we get concerned that these last days are going to be horrific, that we're all going to die. My friend, read it with an understanding that it is the process of redemption, a process by which Yah is going to separate his people and cause us to become unique in the earth. Now, in finishing today, in Matthew chapter number 23, Yeshua is pronouncing woes, that is, calls for judgment on the religious class of the day. For he says in Matthew 23 and verse 13, but woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you shut up the rain of the heavens before men, for you do not go in, nor do you allow those who are entering to go in. You're holding them back. I'm trying to be careful in my words here. But religious systems of man, whether they are in one facet of following Yah or not, the church, the synagogue, the Hebrew roots movement in the middle, and all the other entities that you can name. As we design our systems, we demand adherence to our ways of doing things. Are we not incurring the judgment and the wrath of Yah because we're holding people back? Let people free. Turn them loose. and let them come to Yah. Shabbat shalom to you, to all your family, those who gather with you. I so enjoy being with you during the week. I hope and pray that these 10-minute Torahs are an encouragement to you and a means of personal growth and getting there. We'll see you again next week.